President Trump just wrapping up his news conference in Turkey. He says he doesn't think that the war with Iran will start again and that anything that happens will be over very quickly.
They want to make a deal, but they don't know how to make a deal, and then they go around shooting ships at night. They're dealing with great people, but I don't know. I think they're a little loco. They're a little crazy. No, I don't think it's going to start again. I think it's going to go very quickly. They hit a couple of ships, and so we hit them much harder. When they hit, we hit 10 times harder.
What if the latest Middle East developments are pushing President Trump toward one of the biggest foreign policy decisions of his presidency? That's exactly what we're breaking down today. From Trump's latest comments about Iran to a heated debate over military strategy, negotiations, oil prices, and whether the U.S. should take even stronger action, there's a lot to unpack. Stay with me until the end because we'll separate the facts, the opinions, and what this could mean going forward. Before we begin, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave your thoughts in the comments, and share this video with others. Your support helps this channel grow and allows us to keep bringing you more in-depth political breakdowns.
This ceasefire is over, as Trump said, that the MOU is sort of off the table right now if Iran doesn't knock it off?
The ceasefire is over. The bombing won't last very long. There's no point in it.
Yeah.
And, you keep bombing Iran, you're not going to take out the infrastructure and the water and that kind of thing because it would absolutely destroy the place, for the ordinary civilians. So there's no point in that. We'll hit them, I guess, the next couple nights. And you need to do it. Look, I also, I really think it's important that this memorandum of understanding, the MOU, is torn up. Okay, it was a lousy document. It was too ambiguous. People saying they're doing side deals. Look, you need just a couple of things here. Okay, on the military side, we need to take Karg Island. Not bomb it, but take it. Let the Marines come in and take it. We're not putting troops on the ground in Tehran. We're not invading the country. It won't take much to take Karg Island, okay, which ends Iran's economy and oil operation and will, force them to finally acknowledge that they're defeated. Take Karg Island. That's point number one. Point number two, get rid of the MOU. You don't need too many things. What do you need? You need 3 or 4 things. Free navigation through the Strait of Hormuz. You need that. Okay. Total denuclearization. Uranium, enriched uranium, and whatever else they have, 1,000 pounds, that has to be removed from Iran. And the whole thing has to have inspectors, not only the UN inspectors, was it IAEU? I can
Close enough.
IAEA.
Thank you very much. And American inspectors. I mean, we have sharpshooters from the Energy Department in the atomic energy or nuclear energy area. That's all you need. The rest of this thing.
But Iran won't
points,
do that.
Well, no, it's not up to Iran. That's the key point.
Okay.
It is not up to Iran. You see, you just put your finger on the problem, okay? We can't think that way, all right? We control the play. We control the negotiations. We control their economic fate, okay? And we just have to exercise it properly, all right? Now, the Treasury Department, Scott Bessent, is the best wartime Treasury Secretary since World War II. I've said this a lot of times, probably even better than that. We're cut off their oil sales, all right, for a while. That was premature. All the opening there, lifting the sanctions was premature. It comes from that stupid MOU, which was subject to so many different interpretations. They said it was performance-oriented. So we'll look at the performances. Iran's lobbing missiles at ships and Bahrain and our military base and all these damn things. Stop all that. Don't rewrite the MOU. I wouldn't mind, even though they're friends of mine, dear friends of mine, at least one of them, I wouldn't mind a professional negotiating team, okay? Tough guys, hard line, mean, tough people. State Department's got them. The Treasury, I mean, I've been told several times, the Treasury Department sent people from OFAC and other areas of the department that are tough guys, and they were in the room but ignored. ignored by our negotiators. This is not good. Let Marco Rubio run the damn thing, all right? He's tough as nails. He's a big boy and doing a great job. Put the professionals in. Rewrite the whole damn thing. Take Carg Island with the Marines. God bless them. We can do that. And, helicopters and the kind of thing they do. And we will end this thing very, very soon.
Permission to ask a question.
Permission granted.
That's a lovely dress, by the way.
Thank you.
Megan. I really like those sparkles.
Thank you.
Are we in economics?
Trying
Where
to-
are we here?
It's trying. It's
Fashion
just,
hour.
it aims at.
I have a riff on the USA-Belgium thing, if you want.
You don't like that? I got other stuff.
Yeah, I'm just trying to offset
I'm sorry.
our soccer loss and also my personality with this dress.
What's wrong with your personality? You have
The root canal over here.
a terrific personality.
Part of the, and you correct me if I'm wrong, but part of the calculation with entering into this memorandum of understanding, as faulty as it was oil inventories were becoming dangerously low, gasoline prices, and it was political and economic. So how do you change that thinking? Because if you're going hard, as you describe, those risks are still front and center.
Yeah, look, I understand that. And it's an important point. And the president is obviously aware of, what the stock market does and gasoline prices. I agree. I just don't think at this stage, Dagan, there's a lot of risk of an explosion in oil prices. I mean, Iran was exporting 300,000 barrels a day. All right, now it jumped up to over 1 million barrels a day. I read Phil Flynn in the morning. You probably do too. He's a very smart fella, our oil guy. But we can get along without that.
It's okay. You can keep going.
We can get.
We'll shut that off.
We can get along without that. Okay, it's not important. The speculation about 150, 200, 250 million energy price, I just think that's off the table. We're now, we got down to 68 for WTI, and what was Brent, 71, 72.
Yeah.
So I know it's up today, big 5, 6, 7%, and the stock market's down. But I don't. This won't take long, is what I'm saying. And you just have to have a clarification and narrowing of the mission. We're very close to the end. It's been done very well. I'd like to see tougher negotiations, and as I said, a much narrower MOU. I want to, in other words, it needs clarity. It needs clarity. And this whole episode where the president will say, a deal is near and it didn't happen, a deal is near, it didn't happen. Then it finally got hatched, and it was hatched to very mixed reviews. I mean, I did the best I could to support it, but frankly, there were so many flaws in it. Let's just knock it down to 3 or 4 points. Put a red pencil to it, like the editorial pages, and fix it up, and then get the performance basis back on target.
To his point, Iran's oil doesn't matter. It's all the other oil and product coming out of the region. So screw Iran and remove their control over the strait.
Right.
And forever.
I'm wondering if you do that, you don't even need a 4-point deal if you do it the right way. If you finish the job and take Carg Island, you kick out this regime.
I wish.
You're not negotiating anymore. I'm just wondering if that's where this is going. And I'm kind of wondering, because the president has said he's been fed up multiple times before, if he's really fed up this time.
Well, it sounds like it. Knowing him as I do, look, he's not a bomber. He's a peacemaker.
Yeah.
You got to start from that, okay? But, he also understands the greatness of America, the credibility of America, the red line issue. They've crossed the red line. So his patience has run out.
Can I ask another question,
But
too?
I'm just saying the bombing, interminable, indefinite bombing is not the answer, okay? There's only so much more. You might have a couple days. I've talked to generals whom you know, won't just name them, but it's a couple more days. Yes, fine. CENTCOM, fine. But this is a point where we have to take a key action at the negotiating table. We have to change our posture. And again, I come back to Cargill Island. I mean, all the military men, at least the ones I've talked to, and I do my best, I'm not an expert in this, but they just say it's not hard to take Cargill Island. The Marines can do this. And yes, there'll be troops on the ground, but it's just, it's an island, and we're not going into downtown Toronto.
I know. I think for my generation that watched Iraq and everything, and this generation that hates Israel and is all pro-Palestine because they're the invaders and the occupiers. I think it's the optics. I agree with you that it's not the invasion, but I think it's the optics of my generation looking at him and saying no boots on the ground and then seeing Cargill Island. Now,
we should just tell the public what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's very important. If there's one flaw in his performance over these months, I just don't think he's leveled with the public in a straightforward manner. Now, he has given speeches on it, okay, and I might add his, the faith and freedom speech and the South Dakota speech and the July 4th speech in Washington were brilliant, incredibly brilliant speeches, okay? But I don't think he's leveled it quite that way enough for the public on this. And I would just say, it won't take him. It's a 12-minute speech. We're going to end this thing right now. The threat of oil and gasoline and your lifestyle and affordability and all that stuff. And we're going to get rid of, this is how we're going to do it. We are going to take Cargill Island. Yeah. And it is militarily a relatively simple task. We have the greatest military in the world. We're not going into Iran, any of that stuff. But we're going to take this right here.
do you want to get in, Brian?
Yeah, I do. I wouldn't disagree with any of that. But I do think there's a sense here that the president feels like he can grind these guys down. I mean, given what we just had over the last day, and where's oil right now, $74 a barrel? Like, Iran's not getting as much bang for the buck when they hit a ship. And so the president, if I was president, I'd say, well, maybe I don't even need to take the risk of Cargill Island. I mow the grass, as they say. I go in and bomb things. But the whole world's actually on the U.S. side. The whole world doesn't want anything to do with the Strait of Hormuz as fast as possible. And that is so much on our side, and he knows that. And so, to me, there's the uncertainty of taking Cargill Island versus what we're seeing is evident now, and that is Iran's leverage is slipping away. So just let it slip away and don't take the risk. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that's an alternative view.
And by the way, you may be right. I'm just throwing stuff out there from conversations with various military people, and I hope my own good common sense. Look, cutting off their oil sales, and let's enforce that. All right? Even a naval blockade, I don't know if you need that. But, what Treasury and OFAC are doing, enforce it, okay? Because they did jump to 1.5 million barrels, and they got good money from that. We don't want that. So we were too quick. We were too quick to give them money. No question.
That was what I said day one. I'm like, why are they allowed to sell oil to enrich themselves?
You were right, and that's the part I had the heart. I couldn't really support that. I couldn't defend that. So perhaps you're right. A military guy told me this morning, any time that Iran hits a ship or something, we should assess the damages and take it out of their assets.
Exactly.
Take it out of their money. Don't give them any money. Just take it out of their money.
Take it out of there.
And
have them work from a deficit.
Whatever.
We'll talk about this, obviously, as the hours continue.
This discussion shows just how divided people remain over the best way to deal with Iran. On one side, there is the argument that stronger military pressure and tougher negotiations are the only language Iran understands. On the other side, there are concerns that every additional military step increases the risk of a much larger regional conflict that could have consequences far beyond the Middle East. Throughout this debate, one theme kept coming up repeatedly: leverage. Some believe the United States has the military, economic, and diplomatic leverage to force Iran into accepting strict conditions. Others argue that patience, pressure, and avoiding unnecessary escalation may produce better long-term results than expanding military operations. Another important issue raised was energy. While some panelists dismissed the impact of Iranian oil exports, others acknowledged that global energy markets remain sensitive to instability in the region. Even if prices remain relatively stable today, events can change quickly, and governments around the world are watching every development closely. There was also an interesting debate about communication. One opinion expressed was that the American public deserves a clearer explanation of the administration's strategy. Whether people agree or disagree with the policies being discussed, transparency is often essential for maintaining public confidence during international crises. At the same time, it's important to remember that many of the comments in this discussion represent the opinions and proposals of the speakers, not official U.S. policy. Situations involving war, diplomacy, and national security evolve rapidly, and decisions are influenced by intelligence, international law, military. Now I'd like to hear from you. Do you think tougher negotiations are the right approach, or should diplomacy remain the priority? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's have a respectful discussion because these issues affect people around the world. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more detailed analysis of major political debates and breaking news, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you never miss an upload, and share this video with your friends and family. Your support truly helps this channel grow. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.